Pretty crazy 48 hours for you. Of course, you volunteered to step in to fight Tyron Woodley. Kind of took the MMA world by storm. He seemed to agree. This UFC seemed to be on board, but unfortunately, it didn't come to fruition. To the best of your knowledge, how close was that fight to actually happening before they canceled the event?
Yeah, it was very close. You know, we were at the red zone and we were getting close to the goal line to it coming together. I agreed. You know, he finally agreed because we know that Tyrone's been ducking me for so many years. He does not want to fight me. He knows I'm a bad stylistic matchup. So I agreed to save the day and save the sports world more in general because, you know, sports is down. You know, people are down on their luck. It's a dark time. And I wanted to be the shining light in this dark time and save the day on ESPN. But unfortunately, you know, President Trump put a ban of more than 10 people in a room together. So, you know, we weren't able to go to the Indian reservation like the original plans was to go fight on the Indian reservation and with no people in the crowd. And, you know, I could go handle my business, you know, in front of the world and put on a show, an entertaining show for the world. So, you know, we were very close, but it's very unfortunate. I'm disappointed. I've been preparing, you know, very hard the last couple of months in American Top Team. Dan Lambert, you know, has me getting better every single day. And, you know, I wanted to show a new wrinkle to my game this fight. And it just sucks that it fell through.
And why was he saying you turned him down? Do you think it's part of the fight promo or some sort of negotiation tool or something?
You know, it's just what Tyron Woodley does. He loves to just say fake news. You know, he also he was saying some stuff about me chasing clout. No, there was nothing about me chasing clout, Tyron Woodley. I am the clout. No one gives a shit about you. They wanted to match you up with Leon Scott and some guy named Dilbert. So this was nothing about clout. I came out, I was ready to beat this guy's ass because he's just that easy of a style matchup for me. I was going to talk shit to him from whistle to whistle and beat his ass up in front of the whole entire world and give the people a show in this dark time. So, you know, what he's saying about, you know, me turning down, I did not turn down anything. I accepted it right away on 5 days notice, on 6 days notice. So if anything, that shows how much of a bitch I think Tyron Woodley is.
And if I'm not mistaken, it was you who offered, right? Before the UFC even had a chance to come to you, or how did it pan out?
No, originally the UFC, Sean Shelby had hit up my manager, Dan Lambert, and then he called me and said, "Hey, are you healthy? You ready to fight?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I've been healthy for months. I've been training at American Top Team. I feel great. I've been training hard the last couple of weeks. I was up in Oregon, you know, 2 months ago with Cam Hames, one of the best super cardio athletes in the whole entire world. So to keep up with that guy's level pace 2 months ago, like, and I wasn't even keeping up at his easy pace, you know, so." For me to even go at his easy pace, I mean, I'm in phenomenal world-class cardio shape right now, and I was ready to go. So, you know, as soon as they called Dan, you know, I jumped at it. I said, yeah, I want to fight Tyron. I've been begging to fight Tyron the last couple of years. Let me fight him. I don't care. I'll fight him on 1 day's notice.
And after the fight fell through, Tyron said, you know what, don't come to me with any other name but Colby Covington. Are you still interested in this fight? Do you expect it to happen soon?
You know, I'm most interested in my fight with my rematch with Marty Fake Newsman. We have unfinished business, you know. I mean, that was a fake fight. There was fake fouls called, and there was a fake ref who did a fake stoppage. So, you know, you can go back and look at the tapes of my last fight. I was beating Marty Fake Newsman for 24 minutes until Mark Goddard saved his life. And that's about the only thing that's getting good about this coronavirus is that Mark Goddard has to stay in the UK. That little he shouldn't be ever refereeing ever again at a professional level.
So you're saying, like, the Tyron fight, if they try to approach you with an offer to fight him, I know right now I don't think they're going to approach anybody with any offers, but once everything gets cleared and sorted, is that a fight you wouldn't be interested in, or is it going to depend on who Kamaru, if they make Kamaru versus Jorge Masvidal?
Yeah, it's just going to depend on what happens with Marty Fake Newsman. You know, if I honestly don't think Journeyman George Masvidal, a.k.a. Street Judas, is going to fight Marty. So if Journeyman George doesn't fight Marty, then who else is left for him? It's got to be me in my rematch. This is bullshit, man. I beat him that fight, and they robbed me. It was clear corruption. It was clear that Mark Goddard was paid off. And we need a level playing field and see what happens. Lock us back in that cage. See what happens for 25 more minutes next time. I guarantee it'll be a completely different outcome.
Are you surprised that they haven't booked the Masvidal and Usman fight? I mean, we've heard about it a while ago, and it seems to be dead silence ever since they mentioned that they wanted the fight for International Fight Week.
Not at all, Farah. Like I had told you a month or two ago when we had our last chat that George was going to price himself out of the negotiation. He thinks he's worth more than he is, and he's really not worth much. He's a bottom barrel gatekeeper contender, and he's not what he thinks he is. He thinks he's a champion. He has a Bernie Sanders participation trophy. So he's walking around with that thing like he's all hard and stuff. So honestly, I'm not surprised. I think that the fight's going to fall through. George is going to ask for too much money, and I'm either going to get my rematch from Marty or I'm going to wait to fight the winner of that. It's going to be one or the other. And if Woodley wants to get his ass beat in the meantime too, he can get his ass beat too. But unless they're giving me a reasonable offer of what I'm worth, then I'm not going to waste my time with Tyron Woodley. I begged to fight that guy for years. That's a prepackaged fight. I've been selling that fight for the last 4 or 5 years, and he's just ran away from me at every freaking turn. So I'm not chasing Tyron Woodley anymore. I was willing to step up on 6 days' notice to beat his ass in front of the world, but I'm not begging for him, and I'm not chasing him anymore because I already know he's going to run from me.
And we talked about the whole short notice thing last time. I mean, obviously we didn't know this was going to come up, but I was talking to you about how you're always in shape, you're always at the gym. Is it kind of like to allow you to do things like that, to just take the fights that you want when like for you to always be ready for when the right opportunity comes?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'm not like some of these other mark jobber fighters who they have to put every training session on their Instagram. They have to put every training session, on their Facebook or Twitter. I work in silence and I work extremely hard, and there's a reason I keep getting better every single fight. And under the tutelage of Dan Lambert and the American Top Team, and I stay ready at all times, man. I live the lifestyle, and I'm serious about it. When I say I'm ready 365, I'm ready every single day of the year because I live a healthy lifestyle. I'm a blue collar, hard-working American man, and I'm earning everything the hard way. Nothing's given to me. I had to earn this the hard way, and I'm going to keep earning it the hard way every day because that's what's got me to this point, and I'm not going to stop being that way.
And considering that you obviously wanted to step in on short notice, that means your weight obviously wasn't going to be an issue at all, right? You walk around pretty close to welterweight, right?
Yeah, weight's never been an issue with me. I'm about 185 soaking wet on my heaviest days, so I was already starting to cut weight because we started to figure out a contract on Sunday, and I was already starting to cut weight Sunday and Monday, thinking that I was going to get to fight on Saturday, but then it fell through Monday night, and I found out it wasn't going to happen. But weight's never been an issue with me. I can always make 170 on a day's notice, let alone a week's notice. So I don't have a hard time making welterweight. I'm a small welterweight.
To change gears a little bit, what's your daily diet or regimen like? If you could give anyone a bit of an insight, because obviously you're a guy that's always in shape. Are there certain foods or certain things that you avoid doing in terms of your diet? And do you work with a nutritionist at all, or it seems like your weight cut isn't too big?
No, I don't think there's a reason to throw money at a nutritionist and waste it when, I can do it by myself. And I've been wrestling my whole entire life, so I know what type of foods work good for my body and how my body reacts to certain type of foods that go in it. So with that being said, my diet is really organic. I go to Whole Foods every day, and I usually just eat, the food there from Whole Foods. I try and get, some good greens in my diet, a good protein. I stay away from pork, stay away from the terrible meats. The best meats are turkey, chicken, and bison. Those are the most lean meats. And then, get some carbs, some natural carbs, like an earth-grown vegetable, an earth-grown potato. Those are the best things for you, are the earth-grown foods and plant-based foods. So, that's just what works for me. And obviously a lot of water. You got to drink a lot of water. You should be drinking a gallon of water a day to flush all the toxins out of your body and just keep your body and your metabolism working at a good rate. So, that's just what works for me. It's not like that for everybody. Some people are vegans and they can't do meat, and some people, can only do pork and this and that. So, I just found that this is what works for me over the years, and that's why I'm always ready.
Of course, the topic's been the global pandemic, the virus. How's that affected your daily schedule? I believe American Top Team is still open to pros only, correct?
Yeah, correct. It hasn't really affected my daily life too much. Maybe just that, I can't go to the casino now, but, besides that, training goes on as normal. I work out every day. It's just what I love to do. Fighting is my passion. I enjoy the evolution of the sport and the evolution of my game. And, I trust the process, and I understand it is a process. And I love to work hard and keep putting in the work. And I'm thankful to Dan Lambert and American Top Team for keeping the doors open for the pros so we can continue to train and go make our money, because we're not making money if we're not fighting. So, very thankful to American Top Team. And with that being said, I want to make a little apology. I got out of line yesterday. I can be a bigger man and admit when I'm wrong. And I broke a promise of Dan Lambert, and I feel extremely ashamed of myself for doing that. I thought that, I was caught in the moment, and I got caught off guard with a question yesterday when asked about Dustin Poirier. And, I kind of regret it. I wish I didn't, go so hard on him. He's a teammate. He's a friend now. We have no, personal beef anymore. It's just business, and, everything needs to keep calm and good at American Top Team. And I don't want any more issues with that. I just want to move on. He's a different weight class, and I want to focus on what's important and what's ahead of me. And that's either Marty Fake Newsman, Journeyman George Masvidal, or Tyke Lil Woodley.
So that being said, I'm assuming that everything's fine when you walk through the doors of the gym, like no drama or anything that it appears to be overblown by people. It seems like everything's okay.
Yeah, everything's okay. Dan Lambert does a great job of keeping the gyms divided and making sure, everybody, when they go there, that it's just business. There's no, keep the arguments to the side, keep your business to the side, but when we come to this gym, we're a family, we're a team, and we need to work together, and we need to work together in peace. It's a big enough gym where, we can have, people that don't like each other or have their feelings hurt about other pro fighters, but it's okay. You can still go about your business and keep working for what you want in your career. So, everything's pretty smooth and good over there right now. And, it's the best gym in the world for a reason, headed by the best agent ever, Dan Lambert.
And now that obviously the short notice fight fell through, are you back to your target of International Fight Week? Is that what you're targeting?
Yeah, I think International Fight Week is a good time frame for me to get back in there. I think that that's what I was looking at. I've been improving every day, but the thing is that I'm always open for business, and if the UFC needs saving and they get into a predicament or a tough situation, I'm gonna be the one to step up and steal the show and save the show, because no one else wants to do it. I'm ready all the time. I'm a fighter, and that's what fighters do, is fight. So I know I'm the best fighter in the world, and I'm ready to keep proving that every time I step in that octagon. And if an opportunity comes to me on a short notice, I'll be ready for it.